I was quite shocked when I saw that, and not in a good way. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Carmel, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at some new makeup launches, and I'll be telling you whether I'm considering purchasing them or whether they are a really easy pass. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please do keep on watching. I usually call this series buy or buy, but I'm not feeling it that much these days. If you've got another alternative name for this series, buy or skip, buy or buy, I don't know what to call it. What should I call it? Let me know in the comments and we'll rename it. So Essence have a couple of new launches that I've been really interested in, and I did see them appear in my local Boots online, but then they disappeared. So I don't know what's going on there. So we've got the Essence Water Dew Serum Bronzer, and I kind of like that doe foot applicator. I don't like squeezy tubes. Nope, don't like squeezy bronzers. The information is fairly limited on these, but I think it claims to give a dewy, glowy, bronzed look. They blend effortlessly into the skin with an easy to build formula. Yeah, these look like something that would be really up my alley, and €3 each. Just amazing. And also, one thing that I did notice within this launch is the Essence Brow Lifter Extreme. That packaging looks almost identical to NYX. That's a bit of a rip-off, isn't it? Usually when Essence produce dupes, we all know what it's supposed to be a copy of, but you know, they make it their own. This looks like a direct copy of the Crazy Lift Brow Laminating Gel, which I absolutely love, but I also love this, which is the Essence Brow Lift and Freeze Glue. Yeah, I would be shocked if that was better than this. This is my holy grail. This is the best of the best eyebrow holding product on the market, whether it's high-end, whether it's drugstore. So yeah, I mean, obviously I will try it, but I mean, you could have come up with different packaging, couldn't you? Or a different name. So the next release from Essence isn't actually makeup, but it really did catch my eye. So these are the new Essence UV Gel Easy Off nail polish, and this is very different because it is a UV polish, so it needs to be cured with a lamp. I'm very interested in this because I do my own gel nails. Now, I'm a little bit confused because when Essence have promoted this on their Instagram, there's a little disclaimer in the bottom corner that says, watch out, professional use only, but it's on the shelves in the video. So is this available to the regular consumer, or do you have to have a nail license, a qualification in order to use this? Because you have to be so careful when it comes to gel polishes. So you need to avoid contact with the skin. You need to make sure that it's not undercured. You need to make sure that you don't cure it onto the skin. And there's been a big thing in Europe where nail polishes have to be TPO free, HEMA free, so basically getting rid of those toxic ingredients. But one thing is for sure, you definitely need a lamp for these new polishes. I'd be interested to know why it's an easy off formula. So do you soak it off? Do you file it off? I use Builder Gel, so I tend to file mine down and infill. But anyway, yeah, we will keep an eye on that, and I'll keep you updated on whether they do become available for everyone. So because I've been away for most of the summer, I have been a bit lax with keeping up with new makeup launches. And I've missed a fair few from Catrice, would you believe? Usually I'm pretty on it, but not lately. And it was only because my friend Millie Davidson mentioned a new Catrice foundation. Yeah, foundation, that I started to panic and had to log on and see what she was talking about. So basically Catrice have released the Skin Like Luminous foundation. Now this is definitely not widely available yet. I can only see it on Boozy Shop, and unfortunately they don't have my shade in. Well, actually, I say that. I don't actually know what my shade is in Catrice, to be honest with you. But anyway, this foundation claims to give a natural radiant finish, probably one of my favorite types of finish, has medium buildable coverage, lasts for up to 12 hours, water, sweat and smudge resistant, ultra lightweight, melts into the skin, contains hyaluronic acid and peptide complex, fragrance free, non-comedogenic, alcohol-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free, vegan and cruelty-free. Sounds like the perfect foundation. They did release a skin tint earlier in the year. It was fine, didn't really bowl me over, to be quite honest with you. And I think we've all been waiting for an alternative to the True Skin foundation, because are they discontinuing it? Are they not? Who knows? They're definitely keeping us on our toes in respects to whether that is sticking around. But I know I've got a few viewers who've been waiting patiently for a new Catrice foundation, because we all loved the True Skin foundation. So I am definitely going to be grabbing that and putting out a review soon. But in the same batch of new releases, they have released the Bare Touch Lip Oil Balm. So I've recently been using the ABH Kiss Theory lip balms. I've also been using the new Rare Beauty lip oil balms. I really hope this is the dupe for those. You know, that lip oil balm from Catrice is $3.95, and all of the shades that I want are sold out. That's what happens when you go on holiday, okay? You snooze, you lose. There's quite a few new releases from Catrice, but the other one that I was interested in is the Soft Blend Eyeshadow Sticks. These retail for $4.69. I think there are only 4 shades to choose from. 2 matte, and 2 what look like either a shimmer or a metallic. And what I really like about this, it reminds me of the new Revlon eyeshadow sticks, which I don't have because they're not here yet. But they have a little brush on the other end. It looks like I think it's a kabuki brush on the other end, which helps with blending. So that's really nice. I definitely will be picking up a couple of those shades. I mean, the shade range, I don't know if 4 shades is it, that's pretty disappointing. So the chances of me finding a shade I love are pretty slim, but we'll try them anyway. The Sephora Collection have released, well, not today, but by the time this video goes out, it should be out, the new All That Matters eye palette. When I saw this pop up on my feed, I actually thought that it was an ABH palette. It really looks like one, doesn't it, at first glance? And I have not bought a Sephora Collection eyeshadow palette since, I'm going to say, about 2017 was the last time I bought one. And it was fine, but I know that the Sephora Collection have come such a long way in the last few years. I mean, the stuff that I've tried from them lately, I've loved absolutely everything. So this is a matte eyeshadow palette featuring 9 blendable shades in warm or cool tones, and it claims to have high pigment beiges to deep browns, and every shade is designed to complement the others. An all matte palette is definitely something I'm interested in. I still love my shimmers, I still love my satins, I'm all about them. But I've been really into matte eyeshadow in 2026. Who knew? Who knew? If you'd have told me this a year ago, I would have literally laughed in your face. I would have said, there's no way I'm going to be loving matte eyeshadows. But it just shows that sometimes your preferences and your style can evolve, but I think it's just all swings and roundabouts, isn't it? It's, you know, sometimes you just come full circle, and I'm really enjoying experimenting with more matte eyeshadow looks. And that colour story, I know it won't excite some people, but me, I'm as beige as they come, and that it just looks lovely. I think the release date is the 31st of July and $18. I don't think that's bad at all. Along with that, they are releasing, oh, that should be out already actually. They have released the Watch That Glow Complexion Filter. So this retails for $18, and it claims to be a buildable complexion enhancer with a lightweight coverage for a filtered skin finish and intense glitter-free glow, plus up to 16 hours of hydration. So I was thinking to myself, okay, what is this? Is it going to be a glow booster? Is it a skin tint? What is this? And it kind of gives me L'Oreal Lumi Tint vibes, and I hated that because I looked like a robot when I put it on my face. I think you can use it however you want. So if you want to use it as a glow booster, go for it. If you want to use it as a highlighter, you can do that too. If you want to use it on its own, I think you can do that, but I don't think it's going to give you a whole lot of coverage. I think the main draw towards this product is the fact that it's shimmer free, and I think if there's one question I get asked on this channel about glowy products is there glitter in it? I get asked that all the time. Now, the only thing, and I know I've had this discussion before about the description of the finish. So it claims to be a radiant natural matte. we have a lot of products being released lately that are radiant matte or glowy mattes. I don't know how those two link up. Like, surely that's a contradiction. A luminous matte. And we saw it with the Maybelline Lumi Matte foundation actually. But as confusing and as contradictory as it seems, I get it. I do get it. So it's not going to be, I think they mean it's not going to be dewy. I think that's what they mean. So, it's going to be soft and blurring, but it's also going to have a little bit of radiance to it. That's what I think anyway. But I do get confused when people say radiant matte or luminous matte. It confuses my brain. It does. Obviously, it caught my interest, but I'm not going to be like running out to buy this. If I feel like it, maybe if they have a bit of money off Sephora, 20% off, I might be tempted to pick it up. But I'm not desperate. It doesn't feel like something that I particularly need in my life, but I'm probably going to get it anyway. I obviously get excited about new makeup launches, hence why I talk about them once a month. But it's been a while since I've been this excited over a new makeup launch. Now, I get my new makeup launch information from Trendmood, from Makeup on Your Radar, from the brands themselves, just following their pages, but also Amit Beauty Talk. I saw on her page that Tom Ford is releasing a reformulation of his foundation stick. Can you believe it? This is the original one. Oh my gosh. This literally is one of the best foundation sticks to ever exist on the planet. And when it was discontinued, everybody had a meltdown. So this is the Traceless foundation stick. And this is going to be the reformulated Tom Ford Architecture multi-use foundation stick. Not many details, different packaging, a little bit more streamlined, ton of shades to choose from. The actual stick looks a lot slimmer, so maybe they are pushing the multi-use, so maybe it can be used under the eyes as well. I did what I did when anything gets discontinued. I put it in a drawer and treat it like it's an antique. I don't know why I do that. Really, I should be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to use this up now because it's going to be gone and I'm never going to be able to replace it. So let's just make use of it. Nope. I put it in a drawer. There's lots of discontinued items in my drawer. I don't know what is wrong with me. But anyway, can I just say that this foundation stick literally sparked my love for foundation sticks. I had never really tried one before this. The way that this melts into the skin, the way that it becomes one with the skin and just looks so flawless, has that really creamy texture to it, but not overly emollient, and was just premium. But you know what else was premium about this? The price. Yeah, it was so expensive. I think I remember waiting and waiting and waiting. I was living in Canada at the time and I waited for the Sephora sale because we didn't have Sephora over this side of the world back then. You're going to be talking about 100 euros in excess of, I would say, for the foundation stick. I would be surprised if it was any less than that. I'm getting it. Yeah, I am. I don't usually sit here and say that I'm going to buy extortionately priced items. I usually say that I'm not gonna. I'm gonna. I am. I'm doing it. Yeah, and you know that I don't encourage excessive spending. But there was something really special about this. There was, yeah, so I don't know when it's coming. I don't know, but I'm keeping my eye on it. And as soon as it's coming, I'm gonna have it. I am. So usually in these videos, I look at Nars launches and I say how boring they are. I know, it's so silly coming from me, isn't it? Who do I think I am? The most boring person around here. And I have the audacity to criticize boring launches. But usually I'm bored by Nars launches. However, their latest blush launch, the Insatiable blush, wow, unbelievable. And they've piqued my interest again. I think these may have been released in the US, but not over here yet, of course. But these are the new Sparkling Seduction liquid eyeshadows. So as far as I can see, these retail for $28 and there are 5 shades to choose from. And again, they are all sparkly. So you need to be liking shimmery eyeshadows to love these. Well, now, They do look glittery, so I'm wondering if there's going to be any fallout. Basically, these give a sparkling sheer finish. Sheer finish. They don't look very sheer to me. I love the shade Bad Influence, which is a sparkling light peach with silver pearl. I will definitely pick up one of those. When they're going to arrive in the UK or Ireland, no idea, but we'll keep an eye out for those. Now, at the same time, I did see, now there's not much information on this at all, but Nars are releasing a new mascara. Can you even believe this? I used to use quite a lot of Nars because I was a massive fan back then. They kind of just fell off the wagon a little bit for me, probably because of their boring launches. But the quality is usually always there with Nars. The one thing I didn't like from them was their mascara, this Climax mascara. Hate the name, and also just didn't like this product at all. I mean, why do I still have this? It's definitely going to be very, very expired. I told you, I hoard products. I don't know why I do this. There claims to be a new mascara called the Notorious Mascara. And if you take a look at the brush of this, oh, it's so much better than this one. So this brush with the Climax mascara, really, really chunky, literally too big for my eye. I didn't like this mascara at all. I didn't like it. But this has a unique wavy bristled brush. So multi-length bristles, no, not bristles, bristles, which grab onto every lash, a prolonged tip for the inner corners. And yeah, that's definitely more of a brush that I can get on board with. I can't see any price on here, but it's Nars and it's probably going to be expensive. So I'd say 30 odd euros, I would imagine, but I'm really interested in trying that. Look at me getting back into Nars. I know I'm a little bit excited about that because yeah, they definitely fell off the wagon a bit, but I think that's a normal thing to happen with brands. You know, they can have their day and then they just fade into the background a little bit. We've seen it with MAC, and I think they're having a little bit of a resurgence, aren't they, as well? So it's really exciting to see. So yeah, 2 exciting launches for the eyes from Nars. So I'll let you know when they arrive. Now, this is interesting. It's from One Size, and I'm going to be honest with you. I've never tried anything from One Size, and I've never really been tempted to until I've seen this product. So this is the new Ultimate Colour Corrector Stain. It's going to be released on the 4th of August. I really hope that's in Europe as well. So these are basically colour correctors in stick form. Now, it's not like we've not seen this before. Bobbi Brown have a really amazing colour corrector in a creamy stick form. So these claim to neutralise the appearance of discoloration from redness, hyperpigmentation, dark circles, or scarring. So look at those shades. So we've got everything from peach to red to green to pink. Great colour range there. Now it looks smaller than the Bobbi Brown, which actually will make it really good for getting into like the inner corner or little crevices. Crevices, I hate that word, but you know what I mean. It'll make it really good for micro colour correction and waterproof, sweatproof, smudge-proof and transfer-proof. I really hope that's true because so many products claim to be that, but they're not. And if I could conceal my hyperpigmentation with maybe one of those peachy colour correctors, that will be unbelievably amazing. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Okay, can we end by talking about some drama from the makeup world? It involves Skindinavia and it involves L'Oreal/Urban Decay. If you are not aware of the drama surrounding Skindinavia and Urban Decay, well, basically, we all know about the Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray. So that was sold by Urban Decay/L'Oreal, who are the parent company. And the patent for that formula is owned by Skindinavia. Okay, so they created the formula, they own it, and it's been one of the most successful and popular setting sprays to ever exist, right? Now, you may have missed this, but basically, Urban Decay severed that partnership with Skindinavia without actually keeping them informed of what was going on. So it basically came out of the blue with Skindinavia, which obviously isn't great, all right? Nobody wants to be treated like that. And Skindinavia, they let us know. So they were very vocal about it on their social media. They would comment under all of Urban Decay's posts. They were really, really vocal about it. And I think the problem is their partnership was basically a handshake agreement. You know, I don't know how many contracts were in place and all the rest, but it was basically a handshake agreement. And, you know, Scandinavia walked away feeling really let down, really hurt. And we knew about it. You know, they told us about it. And I don't blame them for being really upset and hurt that this long-term partnership had ended for no reason. Nothing had been said for a while. Scandinavia were going ahead and they were continuing with the all-nighter setting spray. You could purchase it from them, as far as I'm aware. Urban Decay go their way and obviously Scandinavia go their way. No, that's not what's happened. Scandinavia have actually teamed up with MCO Beauty and they are going to be selling the original Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray, but now it's going to be the MCO Beauty all-dayer setting spray. Yeah. Now, I know that most people on the internet are absolutely delighted by this. They are like, yeah, look what, we've had one over on you, L'Oreal. We've gone to MCO Beauty, who are, if you are not aware, literally the biggest dupe company on the planet. You know how there's been a lot of talk about dupes lately. And I love a dupe, you know, I love affordable makeup. I love drugstore makeup. And if I can find a dupe, I will. I have nothing against them. The one thing that I don't like is out and out plagiarism, like literally taking a product and producing it identically. I mean, obviously we're not talking ingredients identically, but we're talking even down to the packaging, even the color of the packaging. And MCO Beauty are not shameless about this. You know, that is their aesthetic. And for that reason, I'm not interested in purchasing from them. That's just a personal thing. If you love MCO Beauty, great. Although, you know, they're dupes, but they're not that cheap, by the way. No, they're not cheap. I totally get why people are happy about this level of what could only be deemed as pettiness, okay, going to MCO Beauty, a dupes company, a competitor of Urban Decay, L'Oreal, basically. Yeah, on first glance you think, yay, but actually, is it something to be celebrated? I'm going to give you my opinion. I know you don't want it, but I'm going to give it. You know what I'm going to liken it to? And it is the exact same thing, really. It's like going through a breakup. People deal with breakups differently. Some people will go onto social media, Facebook, Instagram, and they will post about it, and you will know everything about that breakup. For us, it's like a car crash. You don't want to look, but you want to look as well at the same time. And that is how this situation has been with Scandinavia and Urban Decay / L'Oreal. You felt sorry for Scandinavia, but at the same time, I was thinking, stop it now. Stop making those comments. It's okay. Just walk away. And in my opinion, the best way to deal with a situation like that, whether it's what Scandinavia have gone through or whether you are going through a breakup or have been through breakups, I genuinely feel that success is the best revenge. Success. Be successful. You don't need to be shouting about it here, there, and everywhere, because it just makes you look a little bit more petty and everybody knows that you're bothered. The way that I will deal with it is I will be really bothered and I will vocalize that to my family and friends, but I will plan then to be someone who moves on from that situation and I will come out bigger and better than ever out the other side of it. And I really feel like that's the way that Scandinavia should have gone about this, but instead they've gone to MCO Beauty. And listen, no shade if you love MCO Beauty. They're not for me, but if you love them, that's amazing. They're obviously a great brand and people, you know, buy from them. But the majority of people I see will say that MCO Beauty are a company that they don't have the utmost respect for. Like, I'm going to just talk personally, just my opinion. I don't have that high level of respect for that brand that I do for other brands like I would that produce certain dupes, so like Essence or, you know, even Catrice or even Revolution. So I just feel like Scandinavia should have kept selling their own product from themselves or gone to a really well-respected brand that really would have been an upgrade. So go to MAC, you know, one of Estee Lauder's companies, or even someone like One Size, who are really known for their setting sprays. I'm just not sure that people are going to invest their money in purchasing from MCO Beauty. They might do it as a one-off to support Scandinavia, which is lovely, but are they going to continuously support MCO Beauty? Because I just get the feeling that the majority of people don't rate MCO Beauty and don't have that same level of respect that they do for other brands. Like I said, it's like going through a breakup. Surely, in order to get the best revenge on your ex, it's to upgrade. It's to go for the best of the best, okay? To pick someone who is hotter and better and more successful. I'm not sure Scandinavia have done that here. I do applaud the pettiness in some kind of way, that they've not taken it lying down, and I never think we should take anything lying down, and I think we should call people out for shady behaviour. I'm just not sure that MCO Beauty was the right decision, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I was quite shocked when I saw that, and not in a good way. So that's just my opinion. I just feel like, yeah, they should have upgraded, but I'm not sure they have. I'm not sure they have. And it doesn't end there, because Urban Decay are releasing a new setting spray. Obviously, they can't release the patented version that Scandinavia own. They have a new setting spray being released on the 2nd of August, and it's called the Ghosting Spray. The All-Nighter Ghosting Spray. I'm assuming this is reference to them ghosting Scandinavia. Is this the petty level that we've really reached? I mean, part of it is funny, but part of it just makes me feel like I'm involved in something that I don't want to be involved in. You know, when you see like a couple arguing in your presence and it makes you feel really uncomfortable, that's how I feel right now. And it kind of puts me off all of those products. I don't really want to get involved in any of it. By the way, the Urban Decay is a spray-on setting powder. Very interesting. I think I'd hate that, actually. I hate powder. Anyway, I hate drama and I don't want to get involved in it, but I wanted to give my opinion on that because I really want to know what you think. Do you agree with me, or do you fully support the pettiness of going to MCO Beauty? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments. So please do let me know, have any of these new makeup launches caught your attention? What is your opinion on all this? Are you fed up of the drama too? Let me know everything down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I so appreciate you being here with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But until then, take care. Bye for now.